about all the rules that we have here at school that we need to make sure that everybody follows. Now, the reason we want students to follow the rules is because it makes the campus a peaceful, safe, secure place to learn and have lots of fun. The only way we can have lots of fun here at Naranca is to follow the rules to make everybody feel safe so that they can learn. So make sure you pay close attention to what's happening in this video, because the rules that we're going to be talking about are also going to be covered in a game show that we're going to play later in another character assembly coming up. So we want to make sure you pay extra attention to all the different pieces of this, because I'm going to be pulling questions out, and you're going to want to win this game show because you're going to be competing against one another competing classes against classes. And so you're going to need to know the information in this video, so pay close attention. Now teachers, this is a long video, and so they can learn everything they need to learn for the game show that's coming up in our next character assembly. Make sure you pause and share with them and discuss the different aspects of the rules so that they truly understand what they're about. One, obviously we want them to win the game show, but number two, we want to make this a safe and productive place to learn. Thank you, Naranca, and here's the video. The school gates do not open before 8:40. Please don't arrive before that time. Everyone is to be on the track by 8:45. Make sure you put your backpacks and Chromebooks on the hooks by your classrooms and not by the track. Everyone needs to be running and walking on the track. The only excuse is if you are sick and you have a note from your parent. All kinder students need to be on the kindergarten playground and never on the track. Always walk on the blacktop at all times. There's never a reason to run. There are over 65 cameras on campus recording everything for an extended period of time, on the playground, on the grass area, in the lunch area, in the hallways, as well as in front of the classrooms and behind the school. Make sure you're always making good choices. Naranca is a bully-free zone. There is no bullying before, during, or after school. Bullying is when you hurt or scare somebody on purpose, and that person doesn't like it. Usually bullying happens over and over again, such as punching, shoving, hurting in any way, speaking, spreading bad rumors, keeping certain people out of the group, and teasing. These are all examples of bullying which are absolutely not allowed in Naranca. We're going to talk in much more detail about bullying at our character assemblies. Cyberbullying, like bullying, is never allowed at Naranca Elementary School. Cyberbullying is when children bully each other using the internet, mobile phones, or other cyber technology. This can include sending mean email, text messages, or instant messages, posting inappropriate pictures or messages about the other person in blogs or websites, using someone else's username to spread rumors or lies about someone. This is never allowed at Naranca Elementary School, and since we have Chromebooks, this will especially be enforced at school. Everything you do in the Chromebook is saved, including what you create in documents as well as presentations, and anything that you do or say in Google Hangouts or Google Chat. Please make sure you're making good choices at all times. Using Google Hangouts is never allowed at school. And remember, what you write in Google Hangouts is saved. The only way to use Google Hangouts at school would be with your teacher's permission and your teacher being present. Using Google Hangouts at home to communicate with students is encouraged if you are communicating about homework or school projects. Using Google Hangouts to be mean or disrespectful to a student is never allowed, whether that's at school or at home. And remember, whatever you write or put in Google Hangouts is saved and will be saved for an extended period of time. Make good choices. Using Google Hangouts to be mean, to hurt someone's feelings, or to bully a student is never allowed, whether that's at school or at home. Everything is saved when you use Google Hangouts, so please make good choices. Cell phones must be turned off and not visible while on campus. Also note that Naranca is not responsible for anybody's stolen or lost cell phone. It is illegal and against school rules to make a video or audio recording of a student or teacher without their permission. Only students in grades 3, 4, and 5 may ride their bikes to school. If you do ride your bike to school, make sure you wear a helmet, bring a lock, and know that we are not responsible for any lost or stolen or damaged property. Laser pointers are not allowed at school. If you were to point a laser pointer in somebody's eye or in the car while somebody's driving, or at a dog for that matter, it could damage their eye or vision. Real or pretend weapons of any kind are not allowed on campus, such as knives, guns, airsoft pistols, BB guns. Anything in that regard should not be on campus for any reason. Dress code. The purpose of the dress code is to provide a safe and secure environment. There can be changes at any time to the dress code, and this is not a list that includes absolutely everything. There's no low-cut halter tops or strapless. You should have at least 3 fingers width on your shoulder. Teachers, you can show the students what that means. No spaghetti straps, see-through tops, bare midriffs, or pajamas, or shirts that are not appropriate. Here are a few examples of what not to wear. Notice shorts should not be too short. If you put your hands down by your side, you should not be able to touch skin, only shorts. Teachers, you can explain this as well. The logos or pictures on your shirt should have nothing with bad language, alcohol, drugs, or anything that's inappropriate on your shirt. Hats are not allowed at school and should not be worn indoors unless you have a doctor's note or for religious purposes, or if you need sun protection outside. Bandanas are also not allowed at school. Students, do not wear your hoods at school. Keep hoods down. Make sure you pull your pants all the way up to your hips. No sagging pants at any times. Gloves are not allowed at school. Not for wall ball or foursquare. The only time you may wear gloves is on a cold winter day, and only the cotton mittens, not baseball gloves. Please do not wear shoes with wheels, slippers, or flip-flops. You should always have closed-toed shoes so you do not injure your toes during PE or recess. Fighting is not allowed on campus, pretend or real fighting. You should keep your hands, feet, and objects to yourself at all time. If you are threatened, report that to an adult immediately. Threats to hurt somebody are not allowed on campus, before or after school. Keep our school beautiful. Make sure there is no graffiti, writing, drawing on desks, on walls, or in the bathrooms. This is a beautiful campus. Let's keep it that way. Students are not allowed to carry medication from the doctor or from home for any reason, including cough drops or Tylenol. All medicine should be taken to the office. Taking things which don't belong to you are not allowed on campus. If you find something which is not yours, turn it in, because it's the right thing to do. Do not bring any toys to school for any reason. Playing in or around the bathrooms is not allowed. Skateboards, scooters, and roller skates and Heelys are not allowed at school. Stay seated at the lunch tables at all times. Raise your hand if you need to use the restrooms, and when you're dismissed, walk to your playground games. Once you get your lunch, walk to the table. Use 2 hands to hold your food, and go slowly so you do not drop your tray. Kendamas are allowed at school. The only place to play with a kendama is on the grass field and under the trees. The only time to play with a kendama would be during morning recess or lunch recess. Kendamas are never to be played with as you're walking to the grass field or from the grass field, or if you're in the lunch line, kendamas should not be played with at that time. The only place to play with your kendama is again during the playtime, during recess or lunch, during that time that you're playing, and when you're on the grass field and under the trees. Kendamas should never be played with in the lunch lines or in the hallways, or definitely in the classrooms. Keep them put away and in your backpacks. After recess, whether that's in the morning or at lunch, do not throw the ball, slam the ball, or kick the ball after the bell rings. Simply, after the bell rings, set the ball down or place the ball in the box. When you're walking home, make sure to always cross the street at crosswalks and stoplights for your own safety. When you are crossing the street, make sure to look both ways, to listen for cars, and to look again to make sure you're safe before you cross. Remember when you're walking home from school or to school in the morning that you can still get in trouble at school for making poor choices. Always think before you act and make a good choice. You can get green cards at any time at Naranca for making great choices. On the playground, before school, after school, during school, in the classroom, make a great choice and you can earn a green card. Remember, you're earning the green card, not for the green card, because it's the right thing to do and it feels good in your heart. On the playground, you will first receive a reminder if you make a poor choice. If you make another poor choice, you would be asked to walk with the duty or the teacher for 2 minutes. After that, you would get a 5-minute or longer timeout on the playground. If you still choose to not follow directions, you will receive a red card which will go directly to your teacher. If you make a poor choice and do have to come to my office, know that we will have a conversation. You will have to write an apology letter to the person who you've hurt. Parents will have a phone call or will have a parent meeting in my office. Students will earn a consequence for the poor choice, which would include a before, after, or during school detention, community service including trash cleanup, missing a whole class reward, or other specific consequences, specifically to help you learn not to make that choice again. Last but not least, follow all classroom rules. Your teachers are amazing and deserve nothing less. I know there are a lot of rules there to review, but I really hope you paid attention closely so that you can do well in the game show that's coming up at our next character assembly. I hope you paid close attention because a lot of these questions will be on our game show. And most importantly, I want you to pay close attention because I want Naranca to be a safe and productive place, and the only way to do that is with a few rules. So Naranca, have a great day. We'll see you out on the playground.